investing in Europe's transition for a greener future. We've asked a wonderful person from the European Commission, John Bell, to give a keynote here, and he has pre-recorded one, so I will start the video. The floor is for John.
This is John Bell speaking from the Healthy Planet Directors in Research Innovation, where we were delighted to be at the outset in framing the future of the European Circular Bioeconomy Fund since 2015. So I'd like to thank the European Circular Bioeconomy Fund, the ECBF, for the invitation to speak at the ECB Forum event that celebrates the fundraising closing with an oversubscription of about 300 million euros to be deployed in attractive and impactful bio-based companies in a critical part of the emerging economy. I welcome participants, the visionary entrepreneurs working to accelerate the deployment of circular bioeconomy innovations, which are going to be a motive force in the Green Deal economy that's emerging and needs to emerge quickly in this decade of decision, deployment and de-risking. The European Commission's priority for the European Green Deal is what the European Union is for in terms of driving this transition to support a sustainable climate neutral planet that is fair and just, and develop a new economy that works around that, is supported by a number of policy areas that are active and framing for the work that you are here to talk about today. The EU Bioeconomy Strategy, the EU Biodiversity Strategy, the Clean Planet for All communication, the Circular Economy Action Plan, and the Farm to Fork Strategy, amongst others. The context is important in terms of the development of the sustainable European bioeconomy and the European bio-based sector. The importance and centrality of the role of SMEs and startups, especially in currently underrepresented areas of Europe, where there is huge opportunity for innovation to transform the resources and the knowledge and the capacity that is there into new businesses and new value chains, new products and services. And it remains crucial that we stay competitive on the global scale, that we have all parts of Europe seizing this opportunity to develop new solutions and new businesses. A strong, resource-efficient and competitive bio-based innovation ecosystem can decrease Europe's dependency on and accelerate the substitution of non-renewable fossil raw materials and mineral resources. These priorities, of course, are gaining increasing importance in the current geopolitical context with Russia's attack on our fellow Europeans in the Ukraine and the global impacts that follow. The shift to a post-fossil economy is one of the reasons why innovation and funding in these growth aspects is so important. So the initiatives and dedicated funds like this unique European Circular Bioeconomy Fund, supported by the European Commission jointly with the European Investment Bank, contribute to addressing many of the challenges faced by growth stage companies with high potential for innovation and sustainable impact. This is what we looked at when we did the initial studies, looking to see where could the financing have its greatest impact. The ECBF was the first dedicated venture capital fund in Europe to support the bioeconomy sector. I'd like to thank the EIB and our colleagues there for great cooperation in helping us to turn this idea, this aspiration, into a reality and to channel Commission funding to fill the risk finance gap for innovative industries in the bioeconomy sector. I'd like to underline the importance for the bio-based sector to attract investment and achieve market uptake. The investment sector and the EU framework, such as the Sustainable Finance Initiative, will keep pushing towards accounting for environmental considerations when making decisions, leading to more long-term investments in sustainable activities and projects. And you need to be there through this fund to be able to seize the opportunity in terms of scaling up and developing new sectors. In our 2018 bioeconomy strategy, there were 3 priority areas aimed at developing and scaling up the bioeconomy in Europe and ensuring its overall sustainability and circularity. A new progress report will be published shortly, and I invite you as participants to come to the high-level conference, The Bioeconomy as Driver of the European Green Deal, Reconciling Planet, People and Prosperity, here in Brussels in the Charlemagne building on the 6th and 7th of October, to continue this discussion and also to feedback your experiences, your needs, your insights in terms of taking this policy area forward. So the Green Deal, which I mentioned at the outset, which is the framing policy priority for the European Union, is also driving the Horizon Europe Framework Programme, in particular Cluster 6, which I co-chair with my colleagues from DG Agri and DG Environment, looking at food, the bioeconomy, natural resources, agriculture and the environment. And here, the destination circular economy and bioeconomy sectors and the destination clean environment and zero pollution are very important opportunities for you in terms of synergies and funding and cooperation. I'd also like to refer to the role of successful former bio-based industries joint undertaking and of the current partnership, the Circular Bio-Based Europe joint undertaking, public-private partnerships, where there are huge opportunities for innovative technologies and businesses, services and value chains to be taken, scaled up, de-risked and brought to market with regards to supporting research innovation and the even stronger engagement and mobilisation of the whole bio-based sector. This joint initiative, the CBEJU, is there to take what you're doing and to embed it as part of the mainstream industrial ecosystems that are emerging. We have, of course, the EU missions, which are these moonshot ideas to develop systemic radical changes across a number of clear Green Deal objectives, but to do so in a way which is impact focused, disruptive, and which are intending to accelerate and scale up these solutions on big issues like the restoration of the soil of Europe, the clarity and restoration of the oceans and water systems by 2030, the development of 100 climate neutral cities, and ensuring that every region of Europe is climate resilient by the end of the decade. I strongly recommend that you look at these missions and see whether some of the innovations that you will be developing through this great initiative, the ECBF, could find a place there in the future. So we need the engagement of the public, we need private investment to show what is possible, we need to show it in all parts of Europe to unlock the potential of a sustainable and circular bioeconomy in Europe. We're moving from a world in which the biosphere and the economy are in conflict to a world in which, through things like bio-based innovation, social engagement, the development of rural value chains, new industries, we can have a biosphere and an economy that are working together as part of the next part of destination for Europe in moving from the bioeconomy to living in a bioeconomy. So finally, can I congratulate our colleagues who've been working in the ECBF initiative for setting an excellent example on how innovative financing instruments can catalyse the scaling up of the bioeconomy, and call out for potential investors to do your part in building a competitive EU economy for a sustainable future, building on this great example. Thank you very much, and every success, and I look forward to seeing these great new organisations and companies out there in the mainstream in the years to come. Thank you.